Grant, and in today's video I'm gonna be telling you why I decided not to join the Navy. But I first want to start by saying that this is not a video telling you why you should or should not join the military. I'm not gonna be saying, well, they do this, so I wouldn't join if I were you. Know it's about what I was going through, my personal experience, and why I decided not to join, not why you shouldn't join. It's not the video for you if that's what you're looking for. So, when I decided to join the military, it was really like I was literally babysitting my boss's baby one day, and I was like, I think I want to join the Navy. I mean, why not? I felt like I was at a point in my life where I wasn't doing anything, and if you know me, very ambitious person, so I had a problem with it. I wasn't comfortable, just going to work, coming home, getting started. Like, I feel like I have to be doing something. I was thinking that one night, and like the next week, I was going to Jackson to be sworn in. Now, the first time I went to MIPS, I wasn't able to swear in because my blood pressure was high. Issue number one, I have never, ever had high blood pressure in my life. So I had to leave. They sent me home, and I had to get my blood pressure checked 2 days in a row, because when you get sent home from this because of blood pressure, you have to have it checked 2 consecutive days, and it has to be good. It has to come from a doctor. You have to have a doctor's signature. You can't go to no Walgreens or go to a clinic, no nurse. It has to be a doctor. So I got that done, and then I went back to MIPS, and the second time I went to MIPS, it was smooth sailing. I was able to swear in, choose my job, they worked my contract, everything. By that time, I had kind of gotten passionate. I was like, okay, this is what I really want to do. Because at first it was about a check. I was like, I ain't doing that. I might as well go travel somewhere for free. But then, as time went by and I was in the DEP program, I was like, okay, I think this is what I really want to do. After you swear in, I forgot the name of it, but it's something that you have to do. You have to sit down with your recruiter, y'all have a little talk, yeah. So I'm telling you about the DEP meetings and when you have to come and all of that. And he told me, he was like, because I have a lot of tickets. I get a lot of tickets. So he told me, he was like, in the DEP program, you probably shouldn't get any tickets because I don't know what they're going to do. You can be in the DEP program. When I say DEP, it stands for Delayed Entry Program. It's like a program from the time you swear in until the time that you ship off. And when you're in that program, they don't do nothing wrong. Just try your best to be perfect, because one wrong move and you can get kicked out and you won't be able to join. So he's like, don't get any tickets because I don't know what they're going to do. But if you know me, I can't go too long without getting a ticket. So, second sign, I get a ticket. I got a ticket. And I was so nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to join. But luckily, it wasn't a moving car violation. I wasn't speeding. I didn't run a red light. It wasn't anything like that. It was expired tag. So, I was okay with that, but I still I ended up moving back home, and I was working in Hattiesburg. And I had this table one day. I was working at Applebee's, and I had this table. It was this nice Christian couple. They were getting ready to pray on their food, and they asked if they could pray for me if I had anything that I needed, prayer about. So, me being a baby, I'm crying about this ticket. I'm I don't know, because I had 2 tickets. And so I was like, I really just want to go better my life, but these tickets are in the way. And by the way, if you have any tickets, they have to be paid before you ship off. At least that's what they're going to make it seem like. They have to be paid. But yeah. So I was like, I'm, working here at Applebee's, these little tips, I got to pay these tickets so I won't be able to go to the Navy. So they were so nice that, they offered to help me with my tickets. I accepted. Who am I to deny some help? This couple was heaven sent. They were so nice and they were so sweet. So they ended up writing me a check for half of one of my tickets. That's all I asked for because I didn't want to take advantage of nice people. So I try to come pay, to have, the ticket. And the city of Starkville was like, oh no, we can't take a check because it's not your check. And I was like, well, they're helping me. And it's like, well, no, we still can't take the check. So I'm like, oh my gosh, God. Now it's getting closer and closer to my ship off date, and I gotta figure out how to get these tickets paid. So I told the couple about it. They was like, okay, no problem. We'll go online and we'll do it. And so when they went online, they tried to pay half of one of the tickets. It wouldn't let them pay for just half of it. So I'm just sitting here like, oh my gosh, universe, what's going on? And so they actually end up paying the whole ticket, y'all. I'm finna get emotional because they did not have to do that. They paid that whole ticket for me. We prayed. Now, this is like 2 days before I'm supposed to ship off, so I was cutting it close. I was cutting it like super duper close with these tickets. And so August 16th gets here. Like, I feel like the tickets thing was the only thing, the only bump while I was in the DEP program. And I was in the DEP program for about 3 months. So August 16th get here, I'm saying my goodbyes to everybody, like, okay, I'm gonna be gone. So the morning of your ship off date, when you get to Mills, they're gonna take your height and weight and all this stuff. They're gonna do that all again. I'm thinking I'm good. I done made it this far. I'm good. So my waist was 1 inch too wide. 1 inch. Now in my head, I wanted the nurse to let me make it so bad. I was like, it's 1 inch. That might be my breakfast. I could lose this on the way to Great Lakes. Just let me go. But she ended up not letting me go because, it would have been jeopardizing her job and all of that. And I completely understood. It's not something that I blame on the military or on the nurse because, like I said, I was in the DEP program for all that time. I knew I needed to lose weight. And I did lose weight, but I just didn't lose enough weight. So I feel like, that's on me because I knew what I was supposed to do and I didn't do it. So they were like, you have to come back on September 1st, lose the inch, yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to lose this inch. I'm going to go back. I'm going to try not to be discouraged. Do that sometimes. I get discouraged. So like, I'm not going to let this discourage me. So my recruiter called me and he was like, you're gonna have to choose a different job. And I'm like, who, me? Choose a different job? Because I was gonna be at LS and that's what I wanted to be. So I really wasn't cool with that. But I was like, at this point I gotta take what they give me. I can't, I can't be picky because I didn't do what I was supposed to do. So it was like, I agreed to getting a new job or whatever. And I just want to say that I have not spoken to my recruiter since that day. Since August 16th. I have not spoken to my recruiter. But I did later find out that not only was I going to have to get a new job, when I didn't ship off on the date I was supposed to, they kicked me out of the DEP program. So I was going to have to do the whole process over again, which I just wasn't up for because it's really a stressful process because you have to think about every single thing that you've done. And I don't know if I was going to have to go through the physical part and all that stuff again, but when I learned that I was going to have to do the whole process over, at that point I was just like depressed and discouraged. I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, I didn't want to go outside, I didn't want to go to church. I feel like people was going to look at me. I wasn't posting on social media because I feel like people was going to be like, she's supposed to be gone. She's still here. What's going on? So I did eventually go to church one day, and while I was at church, I got a word, and like the pastor was just telling me, he was like, you're so smart, and when you have intellect, it's hard to have faith because you think you know what you're supposed to do. And I kind of just let that sink in, and I thought back on all the things that had went wrong since I tried to join the military. I thought about the reasons as to why I was joining the military. And then ultimately I changed my mind about the whole thing because I was like, this is such a hard decision for me because I don't have any more options. At that time in my life, I felt like I could either go to the military and better my life, or I could stay and I could be a bum. But that's just not true. So I made the decision to move back in Starkville. I do makeup, so I was like, I'm just gonna go back, I'm gonna build my clientele, I'm gonna get back in school, I'm gonna get my degree. And then once you get that degree, you have more options. I was like, if I wanna go back to the military, if I wanna join the Navy, I'm gonna try to go in as an officer. That really is what changed. I feel like I had an epiphany. I know that I had people praying for me. I was praying, and I just felt like, maybe God wasn't telling me that the military wasn't for me, but I do feel like he wanted me to just explore other options and be happy. I'm a lot happier now than I was at that time, and probably a lot happier than I would be had I joined the military and chosen a different job, to be honest. So I do feel like I made the right choice. If you want to join the military, let me just give you some tips. Don't lie. Because for one, you can get into a lot of trouble for lying. Secondly, you got to remember that lie. Whatever lies you tell, you got to remember the whole process. Like, you tell your recruiter one thing, when you get to MIPS, you have to tell them the same thing. Like, my first time at MIPS, I watched a girl get sent home because she told her recruiter one thing and then got to MIPS and told the nurse a different thing. Like, I feel like, first of all, don't lie because you get in trouble. Secondly, if you gonna lie, you gotta remember your lie. You can't forget that you lied. And don't let anyone tell you that joining the military is easy. It's actually not easy. A lot of people get turned around these days. I do feel like it's easiest when you're straight out of high school, simply because you probably haven't done that much driving, so you don't have a whole bunch of tickets. You don't really owe anybody. You probably don't have any bills because you've been living at home. So I feel like that's the easiest time. But if you like 27 and it's in your spirit, in your heart, go for it. It is very possible. It's very possible. I'm just saying it's not going to be that easy, but it's possible. Thank you all for watching this video. Like and subscribe, give a thumbs up. And I hope to see y'all next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.